Yeah, this is definitely not something I want to be playing on a YouTube video. So yeah, nope. We're not. There's not going to be a let's play for that fucker anytime soon. So yeah, let's fire something up here. This is, of course, Sketch Weekly. Oh, I need to. If you're seeing this particular part of the video, that's because you are not on the Discord, which is not a good thing. You need to jump up my Discord and be part of the community here. You need to actually join the club, be part of the cult, be an element in my uprising against, I don't know, something that people don't like. I don't know, man. I just make this shit up as I go. I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, do the like, comment, subscribe, dance, and all of that. And right now, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to jump into the well, hold on. I'm going to jump into the Discord server's voice channel. And now that I am in the voice channel, I am going to go ahead and fire up the let's see, where do I begin streaming? Okay, no, don't stream that. No. Cancel. So wait, I'm in the voice chat channel, but no, wait, I'm only in the voice chat text channel, not the voice. Here's the actual voice chat channel. There we go. So now we're going to stream the yeah, okay, here we go. We're gonna stream the windowed projector. Yep, go live. Okay, there we go. And yeah, there we are. We're streaming. So I don't know if anybody's actually showed up. So anyway, I had an interesting day, since earlier today I had an opportunity to upgrade to Windows 11. It did not go well, so that's unusual for me. Typically, I upgrade to my Microsoft products and it works just fine, but this time, not so much. I need to clean my tablet screen. There's crap all over my tablet screen. Well, there's not like actual crap. There's dust and shit. That's all. So, I keep Windex nearby for exactly this purpose. Let me go ahead and wipe that down. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Oh my God, all the crap that was on that. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of crap was on that screen. That's kind of surprising. But anyway, this is the Sketch Weekly, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try something. I'm going to jump into grabbing a. I'm going to just go ahead and grab a 3D model, and I'm going to start off with a pose. Okay, and we'll close that, and we'll let me see what I can do here. Okay, that just, no, that's not something we want to do. What is, no. There we go. There's the zoom. So let's zoom out a bit, and we'll rotate the camera. And what I want to do is I want to build a quick little pose. I want to build a quick little pose so that I can begin building a... Whoa, what the hell is going on here? Whoa. Yeah, this is not going especially well. Bring that up. Back a bit. There we are. Well, let me do a little something there. Okay, they'll fit there. How's that looking so far? Okay, that's something, and I'll just give her I'll rotate that a bit. I'll rotate that. In somewhat. There we go. That is a reasonable pose. So I've put a pose together really quickly, and now I'm going to move this 3D model down underneath line art, and I'm going to do a quick sketch over top of that. So I'm going to jump over to brush, and my entire goal here at this point is just to roughly do a quick sketch that can go into Groping Festival with minimal additional work. And we'll modify this somewhat. Okay, and the idea here is to rough something out very quickly. I'm going to have to do a lot, and I do mean a lot, of I'm going to have to do a lot of character graphics for this game. And because I have to do a lot of them, I'm going to want to rough them out very, very quickly. Without putting too much time into the process. I'm not going to have a lot of time to put into the process, because I'm going to have about 50 of these to do, and I also want to do a whole lot of different boss characters. So there's a hand, there's a hand, there's a hand. And here's the edge of the breast. And here's the pit of the neck right there. And there's the tummy button. And I'll just round that out even though we don't really need it. Okay, and if I turn off the model at this point, we got a working, we have got a working layout. So now what I want to do is, well, we want to start thinking about the individual pieces. So let me come down here to my line art, jump up here to my sketch, drop the opacity, come down here to the line art, and I'm going to drop that down. We're going to drop the size of that. And I'm going to draw this right here. And once I've got that, I'm going to kind of just do a little, and now let's do a kind of a surprised mouth here. And here, then here. That up a little later. Let's get some line work there and some line work here. And kind of a cross-hatching thing there. And here we'll fuck up the line of the arm. And just ignore it because who the fuck cares? If we turn off the model, what are we doing there? Not bad. Have a crosshatch thing there. I'm going to have to do a whole lot of very rapid graphics. So I need to be in a position where rapid graphics is something I can do. I just want a bit of a suggestion there. We don't want to be especially lewd on it. Okay. What we're looking for here is more speed than anything, and I don't think I'm going to worry at all about layers and shit like that. If I turn off the model, what have we got? We've got next to nothing on the bottom of this hand. We've done hardly any work there. Okay, now if I turn off the model, what do we have? Oh, that's the paper. That's the model. Oh my god, what the fuck is up with that thumb? Yeah, well, I'll fix it in post. But yeah, if I turn off the model, what have we got now? We're missing that little bit there. And we're missing the bottom of that finger there. Click. Okay, so now we've got some approximation of an initial character, and that initial character now needs hair. And I'm going to do a kind of we're going to do kind of a flip hairstyle. Not especially long, but also not especially short. We're going to take it up and off of the head, and we're going to do kind of a little bit of the hime cut there. And we're not so interested in making the character too terribly detailed at this point. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do for clothing. We got to put some clothing on this bitch. Number one, this girl is going to wear some trousers, so we're going to put some trousers on her. So the trousers are going to, yeah. This will come over to the side here, but I come down there, and that's going to be that side of the trousers, and this is going to be the line there, and we have a bit of a line there, some creasing, and that's going to be where that goes. And then we're going to have a jacket of some sort. She's going to be wearing like a blazer. I'm not really happy with this, but we'll put a shoulder patty kind of thing on her. We'll come up here and that in place, and that'll be corner there. We're going to have a collar of some sort here. We're just going to run that straight. Over here like so. And we're going to run that over there and that down here. And then we're going to have another shoulder patty thing going on there. There's a crease. Here's the rest of that I am not too happy with this, but the goal is speed more than quality on this particular bit. I'm gonna be able to do these faster, and then we'll have a kind of. Here's a collared blouse in here, and okay, that's something. This is not terrible, and I compare it to stuff I've already got in the game. It's yeah, this is reasonably understandable. God, that's 20 minutes. That took 20 minutes already. Holy fuck. Not going too fast on this, I guess. Not bad, though. This is really not bad, and it's very important that I take some time every Saturday night and I actually like sketch and try to improve and try to get somewhere. Not happy with this. This is not especially good. Don't feel like I'm bragging, going, look how great I am. Not fucking great. This is okay, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and I'm gonna go model convert 2, and now we're gonna get to a secondary thing because I want to talk about where Groping Festival is right now, and how that's looking. Because I have produced a little driver that has all of the individual bits and pieces in there. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and hard reset this. Okay, and you can see I've got a little timer up here, and this little timer right here, and that timer is it's counting up the seconds. And then we've got over here, we've got all of this various stuff. All of this is complicated. Now I've got this thing, this is just me experimenting with pulling panels in and dropping panels out. And you can see that, I can mess with the... I can mess with the price of the physical glove there, and I can also do it here, but why is it going directly to 99? But that's all just popping the panel out, putting the panel back. And what I want to do is I want to have it kind of slide out and rotate down. But I want this corner here, I want this corner right here to stay right where it is. I want that to come sort of straight in. I want the whole panel to come straight in until that corner hits right here, and then I want that corner to continue moving along this path out to here. And I want the I want the rest of the panel to kind of rotate over. So essentially, I want it to come all the way out to that point, and then I want it to sort of push the rest of the panel over as it comes farther out. That's the idea, anyway. So I'm gonna have to mess with that and see if I can get that to work right and look right. Because I think that'll look really cool. But let me just kind of go over everything. You just saw me hit hard reset. Hard reset resets everything, okay? And right here in the middle, you have your little anime check, and you click the anime check, and the health bar goes down and all of that sort of stuff. And I've covered this on previous little installments of this. And you can see up here, we're tracking the level that we're on, which is currently level 1. And we're tracking what enemy we're on, which is currently enemy number 4. Now we're on enemy 5. And you can see that because we've defeated 4 enemies, we're on enemy 5, and we have 4 Pantsu. Because the value of a Pantsu drop is currently 1.2. Well, it's 1 point some infinitesimal amount. But the value of panty drops is currently just over 1, but it's not quite at 2 yet, so we're dropping that fractional part. And health, as you can see, we're going to get down to the bottom here, and you can see now health is at 14, so that's what it's up to here. And we've got the raw amount is being tracked here, so I can see progression. But the actual amounts that you get and all of that don't have the decimal parts on them. Now we've got a whole bunch of power-up items over here. And the most important of those is the physical glove, which is the first thing that you can afford to buy. And you can't buy anything else until you have the physical glove. If you have the physical glove off, you can't even buy potions in the shop. You have to have the physical glove on. So once we're at enemy number 10, we get our 10th pair of pantsu over here. Then I can buy the physical glove, and you can see the 10 pantsu that it cost comes off of my total. And now I'm working with the first yandere. And the first yandere, every time you click on it with the physical glove, if the physical glove is off, then I don't get anything. You see my pantsu is staying at 12. But with the physical glove on, I get bonus pantsu every time I click, which are equal to the value. So the yandere is doing a drop every time it gets clicked, whereas the regular mobs only give a drop at the end once the mob is defeated. And once you have the physical glove on, you can get bonus pantsu. You do not get bonus pantsu until you buy that particular glove. Now, since I've got enough to buy the spiritual glove does damage over time. And you can see here, it is doing 4 points of damage per second. That's the base spirit over here. Just as the base click is 1. So when I click, it does 1 point of damage. And it's doing 4 points per second automatically. And all of this over here is just the config. Okay, and the configuration over here is just all of the various values that are necessary for scaling stuff up. So as we proceed through this, you can see that down here in the prestige matrix, this is the really complicated part. This has all of your bonus pantsu in it. Okay, and your bonus pantsu come in 5 different colors. You have up here on the top, this is not really shown very well. You have pink pantsu, blue pantsu, green pantsu, yellow pantsu, and then purple pantsu. And as you go across the columns, you have pantsu with spots, pantsu with stripes, pantsu with hearts, pantsu with stars, and pantsu with little mascots on them. And as you collect these, they get you closer to the ability of doing a prestige. You do the prestige by collecting gold panties. This gets kind of complicated. When you have filled up an entire column, which is all the pantsu with a particular pattern, then you can click the gem button and you can get a pair of rainbow panties with that pattern. This also gives you 1 gem. Okay? And if you have a gem and you have an entire row of pantsu, you have the spots, stripes, hearts, stars, and mascot. Of the pink ones, you can get a pink ring by spending a gem. Or you can get a blue ring by spending a gem if you have all of the different kinds of blue pantsu. So you've got this questionable thing that's going on. And let me go ahead and kind of show that off. I'm going to buy 50,000 gems, and then I'm going to buy a full set of all the pantsu. I'm going to do that twice, and so I want to reorder how these power-ups are done. But anyway, I've been explaining this for 10 minutes. You probably don't understand any better than you did before. But now that I've got at least 2 of all the different types of pantsu, I can make a pair of rainbow spotted panties, and you can see that I got 1 gem down here. I've got 49,801. If I make a pair of rainbow striped panties, I get another gem up here, 49,802. And the same thing if I make a pair of rainbow heart panties, rainbow star panties, and rainbow mascot panties. And now I can make a pair of gold pantsu. And with at least 1 pair of gold pantsu, I can prestige. Or I can use these rows and I can spend a gem. I can spend a gem there to get a pink ring, and there's a blue one, a green one, a yellow one, and a purple one. And you can see that these are adding bonuses over here, which these will stay when I prestige. Now, when I buy potions, like over here, I'm gonna go ahead and collect some more pantsu by clicking on enemies and making my way through here. And I'll gradually make my way to a point. I'm going to buy a blue potion, and I'm going to buy a pink potion. And now you'll see when I prestige, the pantsu are going to go away. The potions are going to go away. The physical and spiritual gloves do not. The gems do not go away. But when I prestige, we reset back to level 1. And it moves on from there. I do keep my rings. The rings stay through each prestige. The gems stay unless I do a hard reset. Hard reset clears the gems. New game does not. But we've got all of the various stuff here, and it's all set up so that I can buy all of these various power-ups, and they make things easier. And you can see that we're now at a point, we're cranking right through a lot of this stuff. I'm going to buy myself a whole bunch of pantsu. And I'm going to make myself a bunch of rings. And look how fast everything gets. I'm not going to bother buying any potions because I'm about to... I am about to prestige anyway. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to get myself 6 more pair of gold panties, and I'm going to prestige with them. That'll give me a total of 7 gold panties and a 70% bonus on clicks. So you see here that if you look at the enemy, I'm just cranking through these things because I am just blasting through the various levels, because these upgrades over here are no fucking joke. They're like, they seriously crank stuff up. That's why they cost actual gems. And I'm going to be doing a hard reset here shortly. But this has actually become playable at this point. This has actually become a game that I can play through on my own. And I'm cranking it up by buying a bunch of gems and buying a bunch of power-ups just so I can get farther along in the game and see how things move along with all the various other crap that's available. And let's see, I've got 5 of each kind of ring, and you can see I'm just powering through. I'm almost up at level 10 now. And I can buy a bunch of I can buy a whole bunch of upgrades, and I can take those upgrades and use them to make myself really extraordinarily powerful. So you see everything's just powering through here, and I'm making a buttload of money, and I'm getting a buttload of stuff. And this is all from just this is from just fucking around with the upgrades and whatnot. I'm going to hard reset this now and kick everything back down to 0, because the actual progression, the way the actual progression works is you make your way through these first 10. And those first 10 give you access to the physical glove.
Wait, what?
Are you watching the stream at all?
Yeah, I'm here, actually.
Okay. If you're watching the stream, you should be able to see that that I'm clicking through on the little anime girl here.
Yeah.
And once you make it through the first 10 of these, you'll see up here in the pantsu counter. If you're looking at my mouse moving around, you can see that on the stream, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, you see up here in the pantsu counter, I've got 10 pantsu, and I can use that to buy the physical glove. And the physical glove allows me to buy upgrades. The tutorial is not even remotely ready for this yet. But now I'm on one of the yandere. Once you have the physical glove, I'm going to take the physical glove off here. Now, I've still bought it, so it's not going to charge me again if I turn it back on. But you'll see that when I click on the yandere, I don't get anything for that. But if I turn on the physical glove, then when I click on the yandere, you can see the pantsu counter is going up again. Because you get bonus pantsu when you're wearing the physical glove. And once I work myself up to the point that I've got 50 of them, then I can buy the spiritual glove. Gives me damage over time, which if you look over here next to the spirit panties entry, that says 4, so it does 4 points per second. So every quarter of a second, it'll do 1 point of damage. It'll just sit there and it'll do that all by itself. But if I'm just running on damage over time, I don't get bonus pantsu. I don't get any bonus panties unless I click. You have to manually click. And this is one of the things I'm going for with this is that actually playing the game should always be better than just letting the game play itself. This is one of the things that I see people fuck up over and over and over again in clicker games is you'll have a game where it doesn't matter how much you click, it's not going to make anything better. There's nothing you can click. There's nothing it will do if you click. But this entire system is designed because of the bonus pantsu concept, which you don't typically get on the regular girls. You do get a few, but you don't get a lot. You can see a couple of them pop up over there on the side because there's a chance. There's like there's a 10% chance, I think, that you're going to get some bonus pantsu. And I'd have to look at the code again to be sure about that. I messed around with that and changed it around a bunch. But it's always... Sorry, what?
Saying that basically you want your the player to interact with the game.
Right. I want the player to actually be able to interact with the game, but you can still ramp things up to the point that the game will play itself, and you do have like offline progress and all of that, but you'll always make more progress if you open the game and manually interact with it. And I want that to be the case all the time, no matter what happens, regardless of whether you're just spending the in-game money that you've collected or spending real money or what have you. There's always something you can do in the game that will be better than doing nothing. Because I've played a lot of clicker games that get to this really tedious point where clicking does nothing. You may as well not even be there. You open the game, you look at it, you look at the price of everything, you look at how much money you've got, and you're like, well, fuck it, I may as well close it again. I don't like that. I want everybody who opens the game to have something they can do that will improve things. And I want that to be the case every single time, no matter how far you get in the game, no matter how ridiculous the numbers go, it should always be worth something to click. I consider that very, very important.
Buffering.
Oh, sorry. But
buffering.
I'm about to hit the next yandere. And you can see that as I buy the potions, if you actually have the stream back up again, you see that as I buy the potions, the price of the potions goes up as I buy more of them. So each one I buy costs a little bit more.
Okay. It was buffering a little bit. Okay.
And then at the same time, because you can see like right now, the pink potions are up to 121. Nothing else has gone up because I haven't bought anything else. And actually, I kind of feel like that's the way a lot of people are going to go through the first several levels of the game, is they're only going to buy the pink potion and increase their click chances. They're just going to increase the click power because every time you buy a pink potion, it increases your click power over here. And all of these kind of map straight across, the pink potion, the pink ring, the tacos, those affect your click power. The blue potion, the blue ring, and the burritos, those impact your spirit power. Green potion, green ring, and wieners, those weaken enemies. And the yellow potion, yellow ring, and burgers, those affect drop rates of basic pantsu. Then as you go across to purple, and pizza, that gives you a discount on potions. And finally, you've got onigiri. Onigiri increased the drop rate of specials, but they're very expensive. And I actually want to change this. I was looking at this and I was going...
Hold on. Here, make a Pokemon joke. They're called donuts.
I could do that.
Donuts.
I could, I could just use a picture of a donut with the onigiri. That would be even funnier.
Yeah, I know, right?
That would be like backwards.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do that actually.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a very, very good one. But 5,000 is way too expensive. Because if you look over here, that's $200 in real money to improve the drop rate of specials. I don't think that's reasonable.
For a donut, that has to be one good freaking donut.
So what I'm thinking about doing on this is actually changing it so it's 10, 20, and 50 on the top row, and then 100, 200, and 500 on the bottom row. So then,
I have one question: why make it so complicated?
Why make what so complicated?
I know it's simple and everything, but give me enough time I can figure out everything. But
well, here's the thing. Most of this stuff is not going to be at the beginning of the game. What you're looking at here, this is a driver for me, the developer, to work out how everything in the game fits together. You're going to start out with very little stuff on the screen. Okay, you're going to start out and you're going to have basically, there will be the mob in the middle of the screen, and there will be a display of what level you're on, what enemy you're on, how much time there's been, and then you're going to have your pantsu counter and your gems counter. That's pretty much going to be it when you first start out. You're not going to have like this.
You're going to unlock as you level up.
Yeah, right? All of this stuff is going to unlock as it gets to a point. Once you demonstrate that you know stuff, that's the whole thing around tutorializing. Okay, because this is an insane quantity of shit. There's like 200 different variables on the screen. And a lot of them you'll never actually see. It's like you look over here, you see under the taco, the burrito, and the wiener, we've got these 3 boxes. And one of them is how much it costs. One of them is allowing you to edit how much it costs. Mm-hmm. It's like I could change it to 5, but it's got a minimum of 10 on it right now. But it's like over here, I can change the price of the burrito to 20. That's not going to be in the final game. You can't change the prices of what's in the store. That's not how it's going to work. And there's a scaling factor for how much the prices go up as you buy stuff. And you're not going to be able to change those either. So it's like a lot of these configuration variables are never going to be visible to actual players in the game. They're just here so I can tweak them and tune them and make sure that things work okay.
Okay, so this is developer...
Yeah, this is just like... This is basically a spreadsheet that works as the game. It's not even remotely like what the actual game is going to look like. This has just got all of the crap in it. Like, in particular... It's like the gem store and all of these upgrades down here on the bottom that cost gems. Those are going to slide in from the side. There will be a point where I go, hey, the gem store is open, you can buy gems. And then you'll click on that panel and it'll slide in from the side and it'll be like, here's where you buy the gems and here's where you spend the gems. But that's not going to come up all the way from the beginning. So that whole area there, that's not going to be there. Okay? Same with all of this stuff.
That makes sense. I was just like, okay, I feel bad.
This is way, way, way too much stuff to put in front of a player.
Like, assume gamers are not the smartest people.
Well,
yes and no.
On the other hand, there are examples. What's that one? There's
that guy that you argued about GTA 5, you mean?
Oh, there was the guy I was arguing with about GTA 5, but there's a whole separate thing that, what was it? Was this it? I don't know. Let me check and see whether this is the one. No, this is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. Idling to rule the gods. Have you ever seen this thing?
Let me go to
Let me fire it up, and I'll drag it over onto the. Idling to rule the gods. I'm going to hit play. Choose your character. I choose that guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and start the game. Yeah, okay. You're offline for 371 days.
That long is that bad, and you never touch it for a year?
It's this bad. It's this bad. Okay, now, take a look at this. Okay, look at all these buttons up here.
What the frick?
Look at all this shit. The tooltips stretch across the entire thing. Okay, now look at this. This is the game. It actually scrolls. It's like, what the actual fuck? Who can understand this shit? Look at this. Look at the amount of crap that they have up here on the screen. It's ridiculous. And yet, millions of people enjoy this game. They like it, they play it, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I can't make sense of the fucking thing. It's too much stuff. It's all at once, and that's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that's horrible. And then I actually think this one was also bad. Let me grab this real quick and pull it up. I seem to recall that this one, God Awful Clicker, is also just like horribly, horribly bad. It's at 79.89 megs of 79.92. There we go. So let me hit play, and we'll pull this down here. Made with Unity, it just said. Here are the patch notes. It's connecting. There's a huge UI update. Well, who knows? Maybe they made it better. There are the patch notes. We'll hit play, and this has. No, this actually isn't bad. This isn't what I thought it was. But
it's called God Awful Clicker.
Yeah, that's literally the name of it. God Awful Clicker. It's like supposed to be literal, like full of awe for God, but yeah, I think it's a terrible name. But you can see here that the progress has been going along as I've been just like hanging out and talking about these other games, and we're now at enemy number 44. But you'll also see that we haven't really earned a whole lot of Pantsu doing this. But if I come over here and I just click, you can see the number starts going up a lot faster now that I'm actually clicking on the yandere. And we're getting close to the point. Once the value of Pantsu goes over 10, then you end up getting bonus Pantsu literally every time you click. But that happens right around the time you hit level 5. And I've been trying to kind of tweak stuff and make stuff hit at particular levels within the game. And all of this stuff is going to be, it's going to be reasonably simple when you're actually like sitting on the screen. You're going to have the main mob in the middle of the screen, and you're going to have your hands are going to sit on either side of the screen at the bottom. And in between those two graphics of the hands, you're going to have a little pane. You're going to have a little panel that slides out kind of like this. And that's going to have the prestige matrix in it. So all of the special panties, the special colors and designs of panties, those are going to be in a special pane down there where you collect them. And not just like sitting on top of everything all the time. Because that's arguably the most complicated part of the whole game. And
okay, so you collect pennies.
Right.
So you know how like in some anime, some of those guys put panties on their head as a power up?
Yeah. But
that could be a better idea.
No, that we're not going to do that. Because what you're doing is part of the storyline of this is over to the side you've got a homeless guy, Ali the Magic Bum. And he's the guy who sells you the potions. Okay? And these potions within the game, they're called pan tea. As in like tea, but panty tea. And He never actually says he makes this by soaking the panties in water, but you're pretty sure that's where it comes from. He never actually says that's what he's doing, but yeah.
This reminds me of like some of the anime I've watched.
Yeah, you know. But essentially, you start out the game the way I envision the tutorial working out. I'm still playing with this because there's this one core rule of game development and content creation that literally everybody needs to remember, and I have to try really hard to keep it in mind. You are not as clever or as funny or as interesting as you think you are. Ever. You always think your jokes are the funniest and your riddles are the smartest and you just have this brilliant idea. 90% of the shit you think of is just as retarded as what you hear other people come up with. Okay? Because to them, you're other people. Your ideas are stupid. You know, so I'm trying to remember that and keep that in mind, because the idea I've got is the tutorial will have this homeless guy on the side who's like instructing you in the storyline of the game and telling you how all this stuff works. This is not as fun as I think it is. I know that. I think it's really fun. Exactly how stupid I am about this remains to be seen. I don't know quite how much of a dumbass I'm being by thinking this will be funny, but you know, I'll run it past some people and we'll see what people think once that's actually implemented. But
I think it's funny, like you say, you put a homeless guy, hey.
When you start out, the first thing he does is he gives you these komegani, which are special glasses that let you see the Japanese panty spirits that have been invading your town. Because at first there's like nothing there. And this homeless guy says you have to wear these glasses to see them. So you have to put on the glasses, and then you can see the Pantsugami, which are Japanese panty spirits. And he explains that the Pantsugami are invading your town, and the smell of their panties makes people think lewd thoughts. So what you have to do is grope them until their panties fall off, and then they have to go get more panties. So that's the whole thing. Is the idea is that Japanese panty spirits have invaded your town, and you're stealing their panties so they can't make the people in your town think lewd thoughts. That's the storyline there. And then as you collect the panties, then Ollie offers to trade you various stuff. First, it's the two gloves, the physical glove and the spiritual glove, that he'll trade you for some panties. And then he says, you know, as you collect more panties, I can make pan-tea for you that will give you special powers. And as you collect enough panties to be able to afford the different colors of pan-tea, he'll say, "Hey, if you give me this many panties, I can make you this much. I can make you this new kind of pan-tea that does this." So essentially, he'll tell you what the physical glove does when you can afford it, and he'll tell you what the spiritual glove does when you can afford it. And he'll explain each.
The homeless guy is like the dude that tells you can't remember. There's a word for it.
He's the mentor.
The mentor.
Yes.
It's like Paimon in Genshin Impact.
Yes, exactly. And this sort of, he takes this mentorship role and he explains to you the only power-ups that you really deal with at first are the 5 different colors of pan-tea and the pantsu and gems. But you can't buy gems when you first start out the game. I'm not sure when I'm going to let people buy gems. Probably somewhere around level 5, something like that. But I'm going to kind of play around with that and see how I feel about it. Because there are people in the world that have gambling problems. And I would like people that have a solid feel for, you can play this game and have fun and not have to spend any actual money on it. I'd like them to get a feel for that before they even have an option to buy gems in the gem store.
And also, you can put a little jokes. Like, they spend so much money on the game. Like, hey, you're spending too much money. Go pay your bills.
Absolutely fucking not. I never want to make anybody feel bad about giving me money. I am going to put the little counter in there that tells you how much money you've spent. Like, I've got it here so I can take a look at it, and so I can just kind of reality check and go, I haven't bought that many gems. I bought a few here and there, but what the fuck? I spent $855 on gems. How did that happen? There was a reality check for me to kind of see if I'm going through and buying some upgrades and working my way through the game, how much actual money am I pretending somebody spent on this, you know? And there's all kinds of things that I've done, like I grabbed a whole bunch of gems, and then I just went in here and said, you know what? Give me a buttload of special upgrades. And then there are, over here there are the 1 week time warps. So if I give myself a whole bunch of 1 week time warps, you see up here that in the week field I've got 35 warps. That's like 35 weeks is 9 months. So if I just use a bunch of those, it doesn't take me all that far. It takes me up to level 16. I do get a whole...
For $12,000, yeah,
Yeah, for $12,000, this is all the farther it got me. Spending money on warps, and this is something I tell people over and over and over again, that's stupid. It's really, really stupid. But the thing is, you can see down here, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a bunch of, golden panties, like 20 of them or so. There we go. And let me get 18, 19, 20. And now I'm going to prestige. You can see I've got 809 gems, and I've got the 9 onigiri that I picked up. I'm going to hit the prestige button, and I get gems for collecting the panties. When I prestige, I get 10 gems for every pair of gold panties that I'm carrying. Okay? So you don't actually have to buy gems. You'll get gems over the course of the game. It's just like when you make the rainbow panties, you know? You get a gem every time you make a pair of rainbow panties. And you can use that to make a ring, or you can just hold on to it and use it to buy whatever else you want. You know? And this is one of the key things that I really want going on in the game is I want to be generous with the premium currency and not have you feel like, well, the only way for me to progress is to go and spend money in the store. I never want that to feel like the only way you can possibly progress. And I never want you to feel like the thing that you want to get is so expensive that you could never afford it. Of course, if you've spent $12,000 buying onigiri, they do kind of get fucking ridiculous. Like, you would now have to buy, you'd have to spend $6,000 on gems, almost $7,000. You need $7,000 to buy another onigiri at this point. Looking at how high that price has gone, because I don't want you buying a lot of those. I don't want you buying a whole bunch of them. I mean, buying 9 is fucking ridiculous. I threw $12,000 in there. That's not reasonable. Nobody in their right mind is going to do that. And all of that stuff. That's why the hard reset button is there. Players do not get a hard reset button, because when you look at the gems, which you would have spent real money on, potentially to the tune of $12,000, you hit hard reset and now your gems are gone. Players would not be happy.
My gems go.
Yeah, so that's not a thing that I want to do. And I'm also I'm very seriously thinking about what exactly I want to do in terms of how players get gems and how that's managed. And there is a service, I can't remember what the name of it is. It's like Click something. It's not Click Bank, that's a different thing. It's not Click Hole, that's a different thing. But it's like I don't know. But there's a service operated by Microsoft that handles in-game purchases. Do what?
Azure?
No, Azure is a different service. Azure is for remote cloud hosting of servers, but Microsoft actually has a service that is designed just to manage in-game purchases for free-to-play games.
Let's look it up, actually.
And I'm thinking about possibly using that because I'm a big Microsoft freak and I like to use the Microsoft solution for everything if it's available.
Microsoft purchase procurement. Microsoft procurement. Like I think it's no. Hold on. Let's look it up. Next by. It looks like it's next by.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like
them, actually.
In-app purchases and trials. Define the add-on for your app. In partner center. I don't know. Where is it?
Well, ZeniMax Media. But.
Well, ZeniMax is the parent company of Bethesda.
Trying to figure out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to find because, I mean, your Microsoft in-app purchase, you're going to find 8 million things. So, I don't know, in-app purchases and trials for UWP applications. Let me scroll down here and see if this has something in it. Store context class. In-app purchase solutions. In-app purchase solutions. For Windows. You know what? I think I have at least one game that uses this. I don't remember what it is, though. So that's not all that helpful. But yeah, regardless, Microsoft has a solution for it. I'm going to look into using that. And I can't really look into that right now because I don't remember the name of the fucking service. If you're watching this on YouTube and you know the name of the service, leave it in the fucking comments because we can't fucking remember. And it would be so much easier to find if we knew the name of the goddamn thing.
Microsoft, stop buying everything.
No. Keep buying everything. I want everything to belong to Microsoft before Facebook can buy it.
Facebook.
It's not that I don't like Facebook, it's that I don't trust them to own everything. Although, oddly, I do trust Microsoft to own everything. I trust Amazon to own everything, pretty much. I think that probably has something to do with the fact that I have worked at both Microsoft and Amazon, so I know people working there. And I know the mindset of the people who work on their products. And people always act like the only thing they care about at Microsoft and Amazon is money. Nobody at Microsoft and Amazon gives a shit about money. They don't give a flying leap about money at all. The only thing they care about at both of these companies is making the best damn product they can make. They're very concerned with customer service. They're very concerned with customer satisfaction. They're very concerned with technical proficiency. The money, there's so much fucking money, they don't have to worry about it. You know, there's a few bean counters that are talking about money, but your rank and file people, they don't fucking care. And I tend to think that whenever you have a company like in particular Rockstar, it's like Rockstar Games makes these absolutely incredible games like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. And when people go, oh, all they care about is money, I'm pretty sure nobody at Rockstar gives a fuck about money. Because every time I've worked at a company where they make something incredible and they make a buttload of money, they don't care about money. Because caring about money didn't get them here, and they're not going to switch gears and start caring about money now. That's not what got them here. They're going to keep doing what got them here. They're going to care about their product. They're going to care about their customers. They're going to care about their marketing. But, you know, that's me and my experience of where I've been, and like the vast majority of people are just sitting around going, everybody's trying to take my money. Well, everybody wants your money because it's money. People like money. Money can be used to purchase goods and services. They like that. They want that. But, yeah, all of the... what was I saying about this? Oh, yeah. As you go through this, bit by bit, Ollie the Magic Bum is going to tell you how all of the different stuff works, and as you collect special panties, he'll say, collect the special panties and you can use them to build shit. It's going to take an extended period of time before you build up an entire column of panties or an entire row of panties. And once you build up an entire column of panties, and he goes, hey, if you use that column of panties, you can make some rainbow panties, and that will get you a gem. And if you collect gems, you can use them to buy really powerful power-ups. And then he'll show you all of this stuff, which is like, it's going to be like way expensive. The 10, 20, 50, 100, 500,000. I think that's going to be 100, 200, 500, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. I think that's the direction I want to go with this. Another option that is not going to be given to the rank and file player, save the configuration.
Well, obviously, you don't want people changing prices.
Right, you know, it's not a thing that you want people to be able to do. There's a lot of stuff in here that isn't going to be available to new players. But yeah, I think the way I want this to work, it's 10 gems for one pair of special panties, and it's random. It could be any one of the 25. And it's 50 for 5 pair, which is not even a discount, you know? But then it's 100 for 25 pair. That's a good deal. Although actually, I want to swap these. I want to make the 25 panties 200. Well, I don't have to put them in order. I can just do this. Basically, I want to swap those. And then the entire idea with that is that the full set of panties is a discount over just buying 5 sets of 5. And the sets of 5, it could be one entire row, it could be one entire column, but it is going to be one or the other. Okay? So you're going to completely fill one column or one row. It's going to go one way or the other on that. And just like if you buy the 25 special panties, fills the entire matrix. So it's like if you buy, let me grab some gems here. If you grab 5 panties, you can see here it filled in the green row, okay? If you grab another 5 panties, well, that just filled in the hearts column, Okay, so it might be a row, it might be a column. There's no way to know. There's no way to know which one it's going to be. As you can see here that we've got 3 columns, okay? And we got 2 of the hearts column, and we got 1 of the mascot column, and we also got 1 row of green. But if I use if I make golden panties, if I make rainbow panties out of the heart panties, and then I make rainbow panties out of the mascot panties, now that I have more gems, I can afford to make a green ring, because you need a gem to make a ring. And then you make that ring, and when you make gold panties, which will happen eventually, when you make the gold panties, you use those, you prestige, you keep your rings, you keep your gems, everything else goes back down to 0. And you can see that because we've got 1 green ring, that gives you 2 points of weakening. So all of the girls have half health at this point, which is a mixed blessing because, as you may or may not have noticed, once you actually get to the yandere in the level, the less health your yandere has, and the more power your click has, the fewer bonus panties you can get from her. Because fewer clicks, fewer bonuses. So that's kind of a mixed blessing, and it's the same thing as you're filling up the matrix over here. Like if I grab a whole bunch of gems and I just grab a whole bunch of random stuff, you can see that as the matrix starts to fill up, okay? Now, at this point, I'm missing a pair of yellow mascot panties and a pair of purple spotted panties. And if I just get 1 of each of those, okay, then I can make 5 gems, and I can make a pair of gold panties, and then I can prestige. But if I use the 3 columns I've got, if I use this column right here to make a gem, then I can make a pink ring up here. But then I can't make the other 2 gems. And you've got all these trade-offs where you can use the columns to make gems, but then you won't have them available to make rings, you know? And it's one of these things where you constantly have to make that trade-off of, do I want to take the ring that I can buy now, or do I want to wait until I can get the next pair of special panties? So if I can get the spotted and striped special panties, well, then I can get gold panties and I can prestige. Or I could get the upgrades, and I can use those upgrades to improve my ability to move forward now. But because that doesn't reset when you do the prestige, you know, it's not a huge issue. It's not that large of a trade-off. You can put off the prestige, but if you buy the ring, you're not going to lose it when you prestige. There's a lot of sort of...
there's some games that have that. I can't remember which games, but I know there's some games that have that exact same thing. Where if you buy something, you can't... Oh, RPG games.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, it's gosh, what games? Genshin Impact has one. It's similar. What else?
How long have I been? I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to stay on. I'm going to stay on and continue. I'm going to continue streaming and talking. But we're going to cut the YouTube people off. They don't get any more. This is what they get this week.
This is what they get.
Yeah, this is all you get. If you wanted more, you should have been on the Discord.